Alright everyone, my name is Bree. Today I'm going to do what will hopefully be a quick tutorial on how to push information from a Unity application to a Google form and to a spreadsheet. Now you can see here I have like a completed version here, but I thought it probably would be best to kind of, just take you through it from the beginning. So I'm going to create a new scene in my scenes folder. You won't have to do this. I'm just gonna do it. So yeah, obviously when you do this, you will be opening like a brand new project. So from here, first thing I'm gonna do is change the color of the background, just because I can. I kind of like pink. Let's go pink, and then change the clear flags from skybox to solid color. You can see that's a nice pink, although I might want like a little bit lighter. Maybe a little bit more closer to peach. There we go. And then the next thing we need to do is create the canvas for our user interface. So I'm going to go down to Game Object, UI, and select Canvas. And then from there I'm going to right click on Canvas. I'm going to go down to UI, and we are going to make 3 input fields. So first, I'm gonna find, if I can find the input field. There it is. All right, and I'm gonna call this name input. And I'm gonna go over to the inspector. Actually, I need to go into the game object first, right? I'm gonna go into placeholder. I'm gonna change the text to enter name. And then I want 2 more of these, so I'm going to right click on name input, hit duplicate, okay? And then I'm gonna move its Y position down to, let's say like -20. Actually, no, that's not enough. Let's do -50. Yeah. And we're gonna call this one, let's do something like color input. And same thing we did with name input. We're going to go into the placeholder child, and we're going to change the text to something like enter favorite color. We're going to duplicate this one more time, and I'm going to call it something like animal input. Go into placeholder, then change that text to enter favorite animal. Now personally, I really like otters. I think they're cool. So that would be my personal, favorite animal. And don't forget, we need to move this. I actually kind of want to arrange the placement a little bit. I'm gonna make this one, I'm gonna make its Y position 0. And then I'm gonna change the name input and make its Y position 50, just so then they're all nicely, spaced out. And we can see we have enter name, enter favorite animal, enter favorite color. Okay, and then let's add in a button. Button. Oh, UI button, and let's call this send button. Now in your application, you may have more than one button, so it's always a good idea to name your button or any of your other objects after what they do. So yeah, that's why I have it as send button, even though it's the loneliest button here. It's the only button in here. It's just good. It's good practice, to just name it after what its function is. And we're gonna set its Y position to like -100 maybe. Actually, I kind of want a little bit more space. Let's do 150. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Okay, then I'm going to go into the text, and we're going to change the text to sent. And maybe, do I want it to look pretty? Maybe I'll change like the background. I'll change its color to something like maybe like a dark red. Ooh, like a purplish. I like that color. And then I'll change the text color to something like white, so then it pops. Okay, so that would be our very, very a very basic setup right there. But I also kind of want to add like a toggle group. So I'm going to go up to Canvas, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to create empty. Okay, and I'm going to call this toggle menu. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a whole bunch of toggles. I'm going to make a whole bunch of toggles, you know, those little bubbles like you see on multiple choice tests, right? I'm going to make a whole bunch of those and I'm going to put them in this menu. And then I'm going to add a component that will make it so that anytime I click one of the toggles, it will automatically, you know, deselect any other toggle that I've, you know, selected beforehand. So then you can only have one thing selected at a time. So let's go ahead and do that. Right click on toggle menu, go down to UI, and we have a toggle. And unfortunately, it's kind of, I mean, it's positioned weird, but you know, we're gonna call this, I kind of want this toggle menu to be like, should it be like drink choices? Let's go with like, yeah, let's make it favorite drinks. So we'll call this maybe the milk toggle. All right, and always make sure to name it after the thing it does. Going to go into the label, and we're going to change its text to milk. Okay, now you can see that the box is automatically checked. We don't want that. So we're going to go back to the milk toggle, the parent object. We're going to go into the toggle component that you can see in the inspector, and we're just going to deselect is on, and that'll automatically remove the check mark. All right, so we have our milk toggle, and let's see, where do I want this positioned? I kind of want it to be like maybe like alongside these fields. So let's put its X position at like not 150, maybe 200. Yeah, that'll work out fine. So 200, and let's make its Y position 50, so it's kind of in line with name. And then we're going to duplicate it. It's just an easier way of, you know, making multiple of one kind of thing. Let's call this water toggle. Okay, and we're gonna go into label, we're gonna change its text to water, and then let's change the X position of the water toggle, not the X position, sorry. We're gonna change the Y position of the water toggle to 0. Okay, and then gonna duplicate that again. We're gonna call this third one, let's call it the soda toggle. And while we're here, let's just change its Y position to -50, just so then we can see it. Go into label, let's change its text. Yeah, change it to soda. All right, now we have these three. I kind of want to add, actually, yeah, let's add 3 more, because why not? There are lots of possible drinks. So I'm going to select milk toggle, and then I'm going to hit shift, and I'm going to select soda toggle. To select, you know, everything all at once, I'm gonna hit right click, duplicate, okay, and then let's move their X positions 250. Actually, no, that's too close. Let's make it 275. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, then we're gonna go through one by one and we're gonna change what these are, right? So water toggle, that's going to be this copy of water over here. Let's change it to like something like tea toggle. Yeah, and we'll go into label. We'll change it to, no, wrong one, sorry. Go into text, change it to tea, there we go. Milk toggle, let's make this juice toggle. That's not how we spell toggle. Toggle, there we go. I can spell. I'm an adult. Then we go to the label, change its text to juice as well. This is kind of repetitive. Sorry about that, but you know, that's how we do. See, we got milk, juice, water, tea, soda. What other drink is there? Water, tea, juice. Milkshake? Why not? Milkshake toggle. Then we'll change the label to read milkshake. There we go. And now we can see everything is named properly. Things are in, in order. We have milk, water, soda, juice, tea, milkshake. All right, so we got 6 things there. All right, but you'll notice we haven't written any code. So these things, they're not gonna do anything. We gotta write some stuff. Now, I already made a script, but I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make a new one just so you guys can follow along. So in your scripts folder, you're going to create C# script. And I'm gonna name this something different from previous script that I did when I was trying to figure this stuff out. I'll call this submit. We'll call this like submit data. Okay? Now, that is the Unity side of things. All right. Oops. All right, so that's that for the initial setup. So now we're going to go into the script. Right, you can see it opens up a brand new script. And now we'll start writing some code. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure that we have all the using statements that we need. So first thing we're gonna add using Unity engine.ui. All right, that's gonna let us, interact with the user interface that we just made. And then we want using Unity engine dot networking. Now, this is what is going to let us, push our data to a web page. So it's very important that we have that. And, frequently save, I hit Control S as a keyboard shortcut to just, save pretty quickly. Okay, now these 2 functions we don't need. So I'm gonna go ahead, highlight them, get rid of those. Where we're gonna start with declaring some variables. So I'm gonna declare a couple of game objects. The first one we'll call input name. Second one will be color. Game object animal. And then we need one to hold our toggle group. So that's not going to be a game object. It has to be a toggle group. And we're gonna call this drink options. Okay. I'm gonna save that. Now, if you notice, I go back into Unity. It's gonna recompile. Now, I'm gonna click on Canvas, and I'm going to click and drag submit data into the inspector to add it as a component. And now you can see we have, all of these fields that are there. They don't have anything in them. So from here, what we're gonna do, I'm going to click and drag name input. I'm gonna put that into the input name field. Same with color input, animal input, and then the toggle. Hang on, okay, sorry, messed up a little bit. Toggle menu. And actually, I just remembered that I forgot to add an important component to this. With your toggle menu selected, you're going to go to the inspector. You're going to hit add component, as I just did, and you're going to type in toggle group, and you're going to select that component. Okay, and that is what is going to enable us to deselect any toggle that is selected as we kind of click through them. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. All right, so you can see if I click on milk, right, selects milk, and then if I click on tea, actually, hang on, I messed this up. Let me try this one more time. Allow switch off. No, I remember. So instead of what I just did, you're gonna go, so after you add the toggle group component, you're then going to go into each of these toggles, okay? And you're going to find, in the toggle component, you're going to find where it says group. And you can see that, this one, it doesn't have a toggle group. So now what you can do is you can, click the toggle menu and then drag it into that little, group field, and that works. You should also be able to shift select the rest, right? And then click and drag toggle menu into that field, right? And I'm just gonna click through and make sure it like worked. So yeah, that one has it, that one has it. But yeah, you can see like when you shift select similar game objects, you can like change a bunch of their settings just at once. So that's pretty effective. So let me try this again. And now what should happen after that's finished loading, okay, you can see that if I click on milk, it deselects juice. If I click on tea, if I click on one, it deselects the other. So that is now working fine.